Alright, in this video we're going to be doing some shooting today. I got the Marlin Model 60 out. This thing has been sitting in the closet for a while. As you can tell, it's got some cleaning that needs to be done to it, but been wanting to get this gun out and take it out to do some squirrel hunting or just small game hunting. So we're going to attempt to get this thing somewhat lined up today, and then I am going to be shooting a couple different bullets here. So first up is going to be the Federal ammunition. So this is a 22 long rifle, and this is the 40 grain bullets with a muzzle velocity of 1240 feet per second. So I'm going to take a 3-shot group with them and see what kind of grouping we get. And then next up would be the CCIs. And these are the Stinger 22 long rifle copper plated hollow points. Now these do say varmint on them, and they're 32 grain bullets with a muzzle velocity of 1640 feet per second. So we're going to shoot them to see which out of these two have a better grouping. Again, this gun hasn't been shot in years, and I would imagine this gun is at least 30 years old. So I wanted to get it out, like I said, shoot it, and as you can see here, it has a super high-end scope on it. This is the Tasco 3x9x40. Not really, but it will at least serve its purpose, hopefully, for what we're trying to achieve. So like I said, we're going to be taking a 3-shot group. The target on the left is going to be the 40 grain Federal, and then the target on the right is going to be the CCI. And we're going to take some shots here to see which one the group's better, and then afterwards I'm going to try an experiment, although it's been done many times before, but I've never tried it, which I think it'd be pretty cool to do. I got some water jugs lined up, and I'm going to try to catch the bullets of each bullet that we shoot today, just to see how they mushroom out after they've been shot. This may be an epic fail, or it might work, but we're going to try it and see. Later in this video, we may end up doing some squirrel hunting with this gun, or it might be a separate video, but that's the intention, is to get this gun at least somewhat sighted in where we can take it out and do some small game hunting. Alright, first up is the Federal 40 grain, shooting down the vise, and then again I am shooting about, it's probably about 40, right at 40 yards. So let's take a 3-shot group here and see what it looks like. Jam on the Federals. All right. Can't really see it as well, but it does look pretty rough. So next up is going to be the CCIs. All right, here we go with the CCIs. Can't really tell, but that one does look a little bit better. It looks like two maybe touching. Alright y'all, so just walked up to the target here. Looks like the Federals, that was my first shot, which it's way off because I was holding dead center, and plus I was shooting it out of the vise. Second shot, third shot, so that grouping that's pretty rough. And the CCI 32 grains, so we got one right here and we got two basically touching, so that's about I would say about a 2-inch group, maybe 1 3/4 inches. I don't have my measuring thing to measure it, but it's not very far apart. But this circle, it's probably about a 2-inch circle on both. So definitely Federals, not good in that gun. These 32 grain CCIs look a little bit better. I'm surprised it is even on the target, to be honest with you, because like I said, I hadn't shot that gun in so long. But they were, and I'm assuming a little bit of adjustments to maybe get that moved over just a hair more, and that should be good enough for some squirrel hunting. All right, so next thing is these water jugs. So as you can see, I got 4 water jugs lined up here. The idea is to catch each one of these bullets in one of these jugs. So drop a comment to see which jug it'll stop it at. I'm hoping 4, but my guess is probably going to go through the first one for sure, and then probably catch it in the second one. So I got 4 just in case I'm wrong, but that's my prediction. But let's shoot these and see what happens here. All right, y'all, before we get started, I want to show you the 2 bullets. They should be pretty easy to distinguish between the 2. So this one is the Federal. It's got the lead tip, so it'll be silver. And then this CCI Stinger, it's got a copper tip. So should be able to distinguish between the 2, which one is which, before we get started here. So hopefully we can catch both of these. We'll see how it works. All right, here we go. We're going to try to catch a bullet. I'm going to start off with the CCI first, and I'm going to do the shots back to back, so that way, well, hopefully it won't explode the first jug. I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see here. All right, here we go. Hopefully I can hit the jugs. All right, here is the Federal. Looks like both hits. Let's go check it out. All right, y'all, so as you can see, the first jug, it exploded. First shot went in right there, and I think the second shot ended up, when I shot the first time, it kind of moved it over just a little bit. My second shot grazed the side of it and went in on the second one, and it split it pretty good. But first one was trashed. Let's see, we do have a little bit here in the second jug. There it is. So that is part of the, I would say that's part of the CCI Stinger, because it's got the copper on it. But I think for sure we got some, I'll put it in this cap so I can find it. But for sure we got something in this one. You can hear it. I'm surprised it made it through too. That was my guess. And here we go. This looks to be the, I believe that's going to be the CCI as well. There's another little piece of this that was in it. So I guess I'm not 100% sure which one that is. It looks more like the copper one, so I'm going to go with that's the CCI one. And then the Federal one, We may have something in here. It did have an exit right here, but it may have just bounced off the back. We'll see what's in this one. There's only one hole in the 4th jug, so. And there it is. We caught both bullets. That is definitely the Federal. So we were successful in catching both of these bullets. The Federal one, it didn't mushroom at all as compared to the CCI one, which is interesting. You can definitely see definitive mushrooming in that one. So, and then we got these, looks like pieces of the CCI. So the CCI made it through. We got shrapnel in the 2nd jug, but stopped in the 3rd, and then the Federal, it looks like it bounced off of the 4th one, but it only went in halfway through the 1st one, and then got bounced off the back wall in the 4th jug and captured the whole bullet. And there's no mushrooming. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope that it was as interesting for you guys as it was for me. I've never tried that experiment. Definitely seen it done in multiple other videos, so kind of got the idea from that. Wanted to try it out myself. Like I said, the 22, we're going to try to do some small game hunting with it. Maybe today, not sure, but hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to get out and put it to use. Definitely the CCI bullets, they grouped a little bit better. I am going to have to make a few adjustments to get the group a little bit tighter, but the Federals, they did not group at all. And also, I like the performance of the CCIs a little bit better. Like I said, they did mushroom out when it went through the jugs. In the Federal, it was essentially just the head of a bullet that went through. It didn't do any mushrooming whatsoever. So pretty interesting little experiment. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. If you don't mind, please just do me a huge favor. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and just stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some more videos coming out soon. Thanks for watching.